You are listening to India Today podcasts.
The Supreme Court's January 8th order that overturned the remission granted to Bilkis Bano's rape convicts begins by quoting the Greek philosopher Plato. I quote, "Punishment is not to be inflicted, not for the sake of vengeance, for what is done cannot be undone, but for the sake of prevention and reformation. The lawgiver, as far as he can, ought to imitate the doctor who does not apply his drug with a view to pain only, but to do the patient good." This curative theory of punishment likens penalty to medicine, administered for the good of the one who is being chastised. If a criminal is curable, he ought to be improved by education and other suitable arts, and then set free again as a better citizen and less of a burden to the state. This postulate lies at the heart of the policy of remission. Delving deep into the philosophy of remission and continued punishment, the bench of Justices B.V. Nagaratna and Ujjwal Bhuyan came out strongly against the remission granted to the convicts of the high-profile and politically exploited case. The bench remarked that the Gujarat government did not have the jurisdiction to decide on the remission of the 11 convicts, as their trial and conviction had happened in Maharashtra, and that it was in Maharashtra's jurisdiction to consider remission. Lodged in a jail in Gujarat, the convicts were freed by the state government in August 2022, less than 6 months into first moving their application. The case is among the over dozen related to the post-Godhra 2002 communal riots in which scores of Muslims were killed and several women raped. The riots and the victims' battle for justice have since polarized the political discourse in Gujarat, particularly ahead of every election. Some political pundits in Gujarat at that time had commented that the release of the convicts in the Bilkis case was orchestrated to polarize voters ahead of the 2022 assembly election. The BJP has enjoyed uninterrupted power in Gujarat since 1998. Prime Minister Narendra Modi took over the state's reins in 2001 as an appointment by then BJP Supremo L.K. Advani. Following the 2002 riots and a highly communally polarized electorate, the BJP drove to a resounding election victory in December 2002. 2 decades and a promise of enduring peace and stability in the state later, granting remission to the rape convicts, followed by their public felicitation by some BJP leaders who also termed them sanskari, that is, well behaved with good values, was read by many as invoking of the ghost of the 2002 riots. The remission was not a stated issue during the 2022 assembly polls or raked up by national leaders during the campaigning, but a successful whisper campaign akin to dog whistles had ensued. The BJP ended up winning 156 of the 182 assembly seats, its highest tally ever, in a campaign dominated by the promise of growth under a double-engine Sarkar. Modi and Gujarat Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel driving it. Since 2014, when Mr. Modi ascended to Delhi as Prime Minister, all 26 Lok Sabha seats in Gujarat have been won by the BJP. Notably, amidst the high-decibel achievements of government schemes and vikas agenda, an undercurrent of polarization has always simmered in the state. In August 2022, notwithstanding the BJP's charge that it was siding with Muslims, the Congress had protested against the government's decision to prematurely free the Bilkis Bano convicts, while the Aam Aadmi Party had remained mum on the issue. Now, with the Supreme Court verdict setting aside the remission, the convicts are left with the option of approaching the Maharashtra government, also ruled by the BJP now, for a similar relief. The opposition, though, is expected to attack the BJP over women's safety, not to forget that Maharashtra Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis had broken ranks with his own party to criticize the felicitation of the convicts by BJP leaders. Do tell us what you think about this podcast in the comments section, and for more news updates, subscribe to India Today.